Since I was born, I had this beautiful view about like around us.
Mhm.
We had this big green sky and just years and years looking around and just like beautiful landscape.
Mhm.
And like it's now that I know so much about my life, I can say that it was like living on top, like on the penthouse.
Mhm.
You look down and you have this big open atmosphere and vibe.
Yeah.
And one day,
Mhm.
this earthquake hit us,
Oh wow.
and I started falling,
Where was I?
and I was just moving around,
Mhm.
just turning and turning, and then I grew to realize that the sky isn't green, it's blue. There's so many of these things that I hadn't explored.
Mhm.
And as I fell to the ground and
Mhm.
saw my ex-house,
Mhm.
I realized
Mhm.
I had fallen out of my coconut. And I turned to my neighbor, my best friend, since we grew up, and I told him, "We did it!"
Okay.
Should we record a podcast?
Let's do the podcast.
If he does it a few more, I think now he was just being like, "I'm annoying."
Yeah.
Our dog is. We're having a fight.
We're in the middle of a fight.
We're
Big fight.
yeah,
It's
big.
funny this is a big fight for us. I don't think we've ever had a fight. Like a genuine like
Yeah,
anyway.
this is a huge fight. Whereas it was like, should we walk him? And I go like, you walk.
They're like, why should I walk him? If I weren't here, you'd walk him. And I said, well, if I weren't here, you'd walk him. And you said, no. And that was it.
Neighbors are like, I've never seen them like this.
Yeah. This is crazy. Somebody called the popo?
See
Call the popo.
now he's looking at the window because there's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
car. Now whenever he does anything, I'm like, he doesn't want to go out.
It doesn't.
He doesn't
It's not.
have to go out.
Yeah.
See, he's being my little boy. He's sitting
Mhm.
beside me.
No, to be fair, sometimes he'll get the, and I think this morning he did it where he's like he had to go, and neither one of us woke up because I heard him like jumping, but I just couldn't like process it in my head. And then he just got over it. So now he's like, okay, we're just here now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so why'd they say that thing?
What thing did I say, Selma? Tell me. I am at the edge of my seat.
Well, you should be because it's really great.
Okay.
When you step on a crack,
Huh?
you break your mom's back.
What a weird little thing
Mhm.
to like because it's a rhyme. It's this
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
that I think has been passed
Poetry.
generations to generation of like we Bostons have the saying you shouldn't cut nails in knife.
Hmm.
Anyways,
Anyway.
I think that the people, the places, the things, the nouns we talk about are still mother
Hmm.
that we skip boat cracks.
Yes.
Let's just sleep.
I slept great. We fell asleep pretty late, even for my standards.
I slept zanily.
Zanily. So last night we went to watch.
I dreamt. No, we'll talk about that later.
Oh yeah.
We went to we went to the theater,
The theater.
and then we watched.
It's Trixie and Katya. It's like, what? I really want to see that movie. What? And I don't know what they were talking about. It's like, why don't you go see it? To the theater? It's too long. And then Trixie, but you like the snacks. I do.
It's funny. I think we'll talk about funny Tricks and Katya moments 10 times more
Yeah, then
than when we
did.
did the Trixie and Katya episode.
Hey,
Um,
if you're here for quality, bye.
you're not. If you're here,
For quality, don't
what?
be.
If you're here, what?
Yeah.
No, I fell asleep and you saw me woke up and look at my hand and go like, oh, thank God,
Yeah. And I was like,
because I'm
no,
a
you
person.
did a thing too. You were sleeping, and then I was up at that point, and you were full asleep, and you go, what? And then you go and scratch your hand, and you're okay. And then you fall back asleep.
I dreamt that I gotta sit your ass down.
Sister, do not embarrass me. Do not make me lose this fight.
No, because you're being rowdy.
Mm-hmm.
If you continue being annoying, then I'll walk you.
Yeah,
I'm a good parent.
you're a good parent.
Um, no, I'm not a person who likes word tattoos,
Mm-hmm.
and because I'm like a picture paints a thousand words. Why should I do a quote?
Yeah.
I'd rather do like every time
Good.
every time the dog stands up, I'm like,
Do
are you
are
gonna,
you
are
going
you?
to come up here? Be with mommy? No? Alright, well
No,
fuck you too.
especially like, you know, like one of the most important quotes in my life is, if you go one leg in the past and
Mm-hmm.
another in the future, you're pissing on today.
Yeah.
But would I tattoo that or would I tattoo Katya saying it?
Yeah.
Since
Would you
that
tattoo somebody pissing? And
yes,
then
that
do like yeah.
I'm that kind of a person.
Yeah. But you would have to write past, present, future.
No, no, no. I'd make a timeline
Right.
and then one leg in the
Yeah,
past,
yeah,
one
yeah,
present in
yeah.
the future, but not like
Piss.
writing it, and then like a P stream
Yeah.
on the
Do that
zero.
across your whole back.
On the zero.
You know what's
So
my one placement for tattoo that I'm like, I wouldn't do it and I don't think it looks good on anybody no matter how hot you are?
tramp stamp.
Shoulder tattoo. Not like not shoulder, like this, like upper back, like right here. I don't know
What
why.
the fuck are you
I
talking
don't
about?
know why.
Those tattoos are always so good.
I
For me, like on every person, I'm
well
like
to me
they're
that's
a hit.
always like you just wanted a tattoo.
For me, that's whenever I see somebody with tattoo in that place, I'm like, great placement, sir.
I don't like it. I don't know why. It's just I don't maybe like I think it looks good on men. I don't think women and women.
The woman that inspired me, I mean, when I was a kid, I always wanted to do tattoos because of this one. She had like a Native American on there, like on the shoulder. So I'm like,
Don't like it. I don't know.
okay, you just don't have taste.
Some
Anyways,
I guess.
you just, I don't know. I think we should euthanize it. But I dreamt that and even if it was like your Are You a Friend of Dorothy's is
Yeah.
cute,
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it myself. I do like Wizard of Oz something, but like
Yeah.
that's a phrase that's asked for. Like, are you gay?
Yeah.
I
I'm not
tattooed,
sexual.
I tattooed in the dream like, and if you feel the love, it will set you free. And when Mother Teresa hugs you from the back and kisses you on the neck, you
Tattoo of the
will
great American novel.
I
Full.
every I tattooed like, every happy family is happy in the same way. Every unhappy family is unhappy in their own way. But not just the opening line,
Just the whole book.
the whole book of Anna Karenina.
Yeah.
And then her dress was red is underlined because our teachers used to be like, what color was the dress? Because in the movie it was one thing and it was the book it was another thing. But and I
Gotta
remember in
get
my
me with
dream being
that.
like, but Selma, it's such an important quote for me that I had to break this rule.
Uh-huh.
And it was like, love will set you free, and if you gotta fly, you will fly,
Like go.
and if you
At the end of the day.
at the end of the day, it is the latter part of the day. And I woke up like, oh my God, thank God.
Thank fucking God.
I
Yeah.
genuinely thought I had it because it was such a long
Yeah.
dream.
No, I want a tattoo on my forearm because whenever I look at my forearm, like, is this a forearm? This part?
Yes.
Okay. Whenever
For being like, whenever I look at my profile, I go, is this
it's a
even a forearm?
forearm
If
without
it
a
doesn't
tattoo.
have a tattoo.
I love it, and I want something here.
Okay.
I don't know what yet. We'll see.
Dildo. Samantha.
Yeah. Someone.
Samantha. How's your week been?
Um, it was okay. I had the weirdest day I've ever had in my life. It was yesterday, feelings wise. I shit you not for a second. I convinced myself I was psychic, and I'm getting messages from the above. I would okay. Here's the lore. I woke up like, and one of those like wake up, fall back to sleep, wake up, fall back to sleep moments.
Okay.
I woke up.
I'm familiar with those.
hmm
I'm following now.
Following now. I don't know if it's an anxiety attack or what the fuck it was. There was like a feeling in the pit of my stomach, and everything went black, and then it's just sinking. Like,
Oh, like you felt like you had a Bluetooth connection with somebody who's really fucked.
yeah. No, but that's not even the thing. That's not where it hit me. Okay. So I would fall
Okay.
asleep and I would be like, oh my God, this is a horrendous feeling. But I'd fall back asleep. I woke up, it happened again. I was like, okay, fine. That was one thing. So I didn't have coffee, so I had to walk him first, go to the store, get coffee, then make coffee, which is just fucking up my routine already. So then
Mhm.
I do that. I drink my coffee, barely like wake up. And I told you this
Where's your
yesterday.
phone?
I told
Where's
you this.
my phone? Continue talking. I'm trying to find my phone. Where's my phone?
Mhm. So the addiction that I have to coffee is, and I'm not being like quirky millennial, like, but first coffee, like, I am genuinely like to my core would die. And I believe it because of the physical effect. Anything else I'm addicted to is mine, like in my head. It's in like, oh, like, or it's like a habitual thing of like, oh, I need something in my mouth, so I smoke. Like it's not this visceral reaction in my body of missing something. I didn't have coffee for 2 hours. I
Mm-hmm.
was ready to kill myself. It's not
Where's my phone? Let's
so.
pause this pod. I need my phone. Anyways, you're an addict.
I'm an addict.
I need my phone. Let's pause this podcast. I found my phone, so I'm not shaking anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And I'm addicted.
so Selma, about your dumb addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you just did that yourself,
Mm-hmm.
and that it's a choice that you make, and that
Absolutely.
it's something that you can really
So,
control. This is
so
sarcasm.
anyway, so and it's not even that I didn't drink coffee that day. It was like I paused it for 2 hours and I was ready to kill myself. Anyway, so I go to work and I'm like, okay, it was a fluke. It was whatever. I go to work. Something like somewhat of a deja vu thing happens to me.
Never had it.
You are
Never,
so weird for that. I'm
never,
not
never had it a day in my
like
life. And I'm not being like, yeah, I
yeah,
obviously had it, but I'll say that I never had it. And I'm not being like, y'all are dumb for having it. I don't believe you.
yeah.
I just never had it.
No, that's the thing. Deja vus are very common with with most people.
That's a very human
Yeah,
experience.
and it's not a
Maybe I'm
thing.
just a psychopath.
Probably, it's not a thing of like it's. And I think the scientific explanation for it, I guess, is that if you're doing something habitually, habitually,
Habitually is a correct word.
thank you. Um, some things like instances will happen twice
Yeah.
and your brain is just gonna go, what the fuck? And it's a very like minor. It can be
And
just me
maybe,
doing this in this way, and you will be like, oh my god,
yeah, and it's
your brain will
quick.
recognize it.
Maybe it's because I'm so habitual that I'm just like,
Yes,
everything
you're
is happening
yeah.
all the time.
So anyway, I have that, but I have deja vu's all the time. It's never this feeling I get, and it puts me out for a minute. Like, and I'm just sitting there until it's over, and I start sweating, and my like I don't know. It's been a fucked up day. So whatever. That was fun. We went to the movie theater afterwards, and that was great. We took a Xanax just to have a great experience with it. That was great too.
I want to know what's deja vu for me. Give me a second.
Mhm. And
This
what
is
about the
deja vu
rest?
for me. For all of you who expected Beyonce's deja vu,
Kill yourself.
Kelly, like, do you know me a second? I don't hate Beyonce. I'm
Yeah.
just not a Beyonce guy.
Yeah.
But like, this is a video game deja vu.
So I
It's an amazing
the rest of
phone,
my
just
week,
like that.
I don't know.
I'm gonna be the first to say it. I was
Mm-hmm.
very weird.
Mm,
I was very moody, and I just like didn't have the patience for anybody, and everything annoyed me.
mm-hmm.
And I can keep it in.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna attack everybody,
Yeah.
but still, I'm like, why do I feel this way?
Mm-hmm.
And then also like, I'm not allowed to have this. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not
Visceral.
allowed to be this way.
Which is
But
so dumb.
everybody around me,
Is allowed. Why?
yeah,
No,
yeah,
that's the thing. That's the worst part of having to be like,
a mature person.
yeah, having to like regulate your emotions because you have the capability of understanding that it's a you problem. Other people don't. So they
Other
just
people
go
don't.
like,
So there's this guy at work who constantly shits on everything that I do.
yeah,
Who is always like, you have too many. If my supervisors understand and aren't punishing me, shut the fuck up.
yeah,
Really, shut the fuck up.
yeah,
And then I have to be like, okay, okay, and
mm,
that because of bro code, I can't report it.
yeah,
Also because it's passive aggression.
Yeah.
It's not genuine. What did you grab?
He took the condom thing off the mic.
Well, do you care?
I don't use it. Anyway.
Um, and then I have to always be like, hello, I am calm and and then when I break, it's like, John, why are you like this? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's the
Maybe
thing. You're
maybe
usually not
everybody
like this. You're being irrational. When like, yeah, maybe I am.
maybe I
You've
am.
been rational for 20 years. Now I'm supposed to.
Maybe everybody around me is just being. I'm not saying everybody, of
Yeah.
course, but like maybe there's people around me that are constantly being like, I am being childish and
Yeah.
I'm not thinking, and he's being childish and
Just
not thinking.
being.
And I have to look at those people and be like, yes,
Yeah.
okay, let's
Yeah.
sit down and talk about it. Let's ignore this. And
Yeah.
in a work situation, I have to be like, let's ignore this,
Mm-hmm.
because like I don't know you enough to be like, hey, like calm down,
Yeah.
please. And I just can't. Oh. And just a lot of huevos and just a lot of laziness this week.
Mm-hmm.
I told you about this time we were on the group call of my section, and one of the girls was like, "Guys, what's the like code for SSDs?" Being like, "I need an SSD," but she halfway through the sentence she gave up,
Mm-hmm.
and then 5 minutes, so it's complete silence, and then I go like, "You need a motherboard," and it's like she was like, "I need the part number for the so I already made sure that I need an SSD for this case that I haven't disclosed."
Okay.
So it wasn't me being like, "Hey, in this case, you need a
Yeah, yeah,
mother."
yeah.
I'm correcting you. It was just me hearing the words SSD and
Yeah.
being like, "Motherboard," And she was just like, "Okay, John."
Okay. Okay, Grandpa. Let's get you.
No, because she was the same. She was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I'm gone."
I was talking to the guy from work. He's like my team lead or whatever. I go back and forth in liking him. I gotta say, he's funny and he's fun and he can be like. But sometimes I'm just like, if like you should take responsibility for certain things you don't. But that's as far as your like shittiness goes, and I'm fine with that. And anyway, so we're talking, and he's like, "Hey, we're like a lot of people took vacation days. I need you to do this thing. Like, I don't usually do it, but he's like, hey, I need it." And I'm fine. So I do the whole thing and whatever. And he's like, "When are you going to on vacation again?" And I'm like, "On the 8th, whatever." And he's like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna like die, like being like, too much work,
Yeah,
whatever."
nobody's gonna be there.
Yeah. And I'm like, "Yeah, but it's just gonna be 5 days of the week, so like I don't know, figure it out." And I'm like, "Unless I work a Sunday, that Sunday." And he's like, and so I checked, and I'm like, "Oh, I do." And then he's like, "Oh, it's fine, you don't have to come in, like, I'll find somebody else." And I'm like, "Well, even if you wanted me, I can't." I know. I write like "Брачкам все будет." And he just writes, "Oh, it's even worse now." Like sad me your
Yeah, that's fun. No, it's my I'm complaining, but like I love my work environment and I love a lot of the people in my work. So there's just a few bad rotten apples.
Rotten apple.
Even like the people that are annoying,
Apples
they're
rotten to the core, baby.
yeah. And you know the but I do the
The core.
core.
Yeah.
But I'm not a Charlie XCX guy. I don't do drugs. I'm in bed by 10.
Yes.
It's I'm a
Like, let's have a brat summer. I'm like, huh?
can
Sure.
can we
Brats. Love brats.
let's have a brat summer and I'm like, can we talk about the political economic state of the world right now?
Speaking of the political, economical state of the world right now,
Joe, step down.
step down. Did I call it in the last part?
You did.
Come on, can we all
I
just
mean, it
a
was in
round of
the air.
applause?
People were talking about it.
No, but nobody said the only thing that was in the air at the time is that he's sick, that he's
No, but
got
he
COVID.
said that if he gets really sick, he'll step
That did
down.
not happen. You're making that up. Let me have this moment. Anyway, so it was he stepped down,
I'm just
endorsed
saying, like him
Miss
stepping
Kamala.
down. My, you know what? Want to know my reaction?
Mm.
Oh,
Oh, that's the thing. I was talking to Amal about this. I was so like, I don't care. Like, I didn't care when Trump got shot, and I didn't care that Joe Biden got COVID to a point of like, I don't even care
if
in a
both,
human being level.
yeah,
On a like, oh, you're a human being that got shot. That's sad.
yeah.
I'm like, okay,
I mean, with Trump, I really don't care because
yeah,
he said about future President Kamala Harris. He said,
Someone made a meme that's like, I give him 2 weeks before he calls her a slur.
yeah, I should have did that on my
Oh, you did
thing.
us.
So, um, he said like the things she's doing are illegal and she shouldn't be running.
Girl.
And then somebody
Girl.
like I think a news channel
Yeah.
posted it with the like caption like him quoting him and then going like without like in brackets
Yeah.
a convicted felon.
A convicted felon. It's so fucking crazy.
Critical.
Like, okay, want to play dirty? Let's all play dirty.
Yeah, it'd be like, oh, she's a fucking in Trump's thought process. Oh,
Yeah.
she's a woman of color and fuck her
Yeah.
and she doesn't stand for the American values, whatever. Don't be like I'm over here a rapist
Yeah.
an
It's like,
embezzler and everything, and then being like she's a criminal.
yeah,
Mama,
honey, girl,
you are the
babes,
kettle calling the pot.
but black
Black.
or whatever. It
Well,
was
actually, white.
quite. It was. He also was like, and her parents are immigrants, being like, like legally she is allowed 'cause she was born in the United States, like to run for president. But he was like, eh. Meanwhile, his mom, born in Scotland,
Scotland. His wife.
his wife Melania, from Slovenia. God.
Hello.
Hello.
I hate that that was edited. To this day, I don't believe that that was edited.
Me neither. I don't want to know.
I don't
I
want
don't
to
want to
know.
know.
I don't want
There's
to.
so many funny things that I'm like, don't tell me.
Don't tell me.
There's that fucking video of a pigeon saluting Putin, and I found out like years later that it was like edited, and I'm like, no,
No,
don't
no,
tell
it
me.
wasn't.
I
No,
don't
it
want to
wasn't.
know.
No, it wasn't. You're in that season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine where Boyle goes like, "Don't wake me up! I told you not to
To
wake
wake
me
me up.
up."
Literally.
Um,
God. No, but it's
I'm really not a Charlie XCX gay. And then Kesha released Joyride, and I was like, okay, I'm gay again.
I'm gay again. I'm back.
Because Joyride is also very like, oh, the gays are loving it,
Yeah,
and I'm like, oh, I'm with that. I'm with the times.
I
I'm
can
with
I
the
can jive with
I
that.
really don't. I mean, I I don't get listening to Charlie XCX if you're not on drugs.
To me, that's techno music.
Well,
Why?
did you hear the songs?
Yeah, a bit on TikTok. Is it just?
And
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh
Can
my
we
god,
calm
I
down?
like I like organized like
Mhm.
dissonance and sound and like
Yeah.
rock and like intensity. This is it's too much,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, am I a grandma?
No, I
Am I
am, and
not?
I'm owning it. I don't care.
No,
Let
I'm
me.
I'm I'm Abe Simpson from The Simpsons when they were looking back.
Abe Simpson from The Simpsons. Please, whenever you mention Simpsons, whenever somebody, I'm like, whenever you, because nobody else mentions Simpsons. I remember that video of them playing Heads Up, and that girl's like, "O.J. Simpson is not a real actual Simpson, you fucking idiot."
Um, so it's Abe Simpson when they go back in time. So it's like Homer being a young guy, and then Homer being like, "I'll always be hip." And the point of that episode was like that Homer, as a dad now, doesn't
Yeah.
get it. And then Abe Simpson's goes like, "I used to be with it, and then they changed what it was, and now what it is strange and unusual to me, and it'll happen to you."
Oh
And I'm
boy,
like, "Oh my god, he's so right."
he's so real for that.
I don't get openly listening to music about taking drugs. And
If you're not taking drugs,
also openly celebrating taking drugs. I really don't understand. I like the sound of the song, but it's too much for me. It's too much, but like it's very interesting sounding.
mm-hmm.
But then openly being like, I am bumping that. Miss Charlie, Miss XEX,
Mrs.
Mrs. XEX, Madame XEX
Madame.
is
Madame.
over here talking about like fully bumping that.
Yeah. But hey, we're just old. People do things. And you know what? All power to you. I can't handle weed. So that's my 2 cents.
We did a Xanax yesterday.
Xanax and a half.
We
Of,
did a Xanax and a half yesterday. It's not even a full Xanax. It's not a 1 milligram Xanax.
yeah,
It's a 50
50.
milligram
So we
Xanax.
did
75
55
milligrams of
milligrams.
Xanax. And look at us now.
Look at us, not dead. No, I was fine. This is the only time the Xanax put you to sleep, and it made me like silly.
Yeah.
You know.
No, in the movie it made me.
Yeah, I loved that. I every time now. I'm like, I want to be on some.
Oh,
We
it's
used to do
no,
the
it's when we're watching entertainment, I really prefer doing it just a little bit high.
yeah.
Like when we watched Shotgun Wedding by
Hmm.
J-Lo.
Yes.
I was
Remember
on
that?
Xanax and I was
Duh.
dying.
Yeah. I told you this yesterday. Speaking of J Lo, I never disliked anything J Lo except for that one movie, but that was not on her. That was on the writers. But we don't have to talk about it.
I
What?
like when she admitted to eating somebody's mother.
Sorry. Say that again.
So
Huh?
it was a meme,
Okay.
and it was like cannibals saying what they had for dinner, and it was,
I
"I ate your mama, your mama, I ate your mama." But that was no me being shocked that JLo's music is bad when a lot of it was just produced by Megan Trainor. Also, you're an artist who has money and who can take different writers' works. You decide to take Megan
J Lo has
Trainor's.
never been like, oh, I'm gonna write, like, I'm gonna art. Like, it's never been that. It's just like
Excuse me?
poppy shit.
Excuse you.
Excuse me, what?
Jenny from the Block.
I'm still Jenny. But I'm like, that song slaps. I love it.
That song does slaps.
Love it.
But no, Ain't Your Mama is such a like Megan
Megan
the
D
train
Stallion.
Megan the trainer.
Megan
Megan the
D Trainer.
Did you see somebody go? Somebody made like a comparison about Timothy Chalamet and Megan Thee
Yeah,
Stallion, and it was like, it's so weird that they also have the same middle name. Oh,
that
that's
can be
great.
clean. I've done this before.
I
Um,
love that you're telling me like I care.
so
Um,
no, but I'm with JLo shit. I'm always having fun watching her stuff. But I'm like, there's something about you that is so
you know why I think you like seeing her? Because she kind of reminds you of Sandra Bullock.
no.
You're lying to
No.
yourself. You're lying to yourself. Anyway, um, did anything else interesting happen this week? I mean, I had a few sexcapades, but we're all bored of hearing about those. I mean, not actual sexcapades. It was like this one dude being like, I had my first touch with somebody who is very committed to BDSM and being like, I want to date a person and be their dom.
Hmm.
And I'm like, you are not a, a really much of a person outside of that. Like you play video games, and I play video games as well. But it was like I like video games.
Like, just being like, I like music.
I like Dark Souls. Why? Because it's dark and has lore.
It has lore. That's me. It's
And
dark and it has lore.
but it's
That's how you
so
do.
what? Are you searching for the lore yourself? No, you're watching 6 hour videos about like the lore of Dark Souls, and you're
Yeah.
like, I like that it has lore. If I asked you about, you just like, I don't know. It's weird, and it was so like you're very leading me on to be like aroused, and then being like, but I only want to date the person.
Yeah.
Somebody said like a really fun, like one of my friends said a really funny joke. Like he's mid sex, like okay, so marriage tomorrow. Can't wait to meet your friends. My family's gonna love you.
Now let me get the butt plugs out of your ass.
Yeah, no, now stop eating out of the dog bowl. I'm having a conversation here.
So, so are you free for dinner tomorrow with my parents? And the other guy's like, yes. And he's like, good boy.
And then him taking like, are you free for dinner tomorrow? What did you say? Will I also eat out of a bowl then? It was very like him mentioning monogamy during BDSM was that scene from Sex and the City where Samantha is passing by people with assless
Chaps and like
assless
just
chaps,
gay
and
clubs
then
and
she
shit.
was like, and then she saw something really disturbing, and it's a man holding another man on a leash, and he's pissing on something,
Uh-huh.
and then she sees like a pottery barn,
Pottery barn of like soon opening.
and then she goes like,
This is the
it
world
was me
concept.
like BDSM, okay, and then he goes like monogamy. And I go like, oh my god.
You're crazy. You're a serial
I'm
killer.
not a I'm not a non-monogamous, but like randomly mentioning monogamy to me when I'm just being like frisky with you.
Yeah.
I I I I think I'm so gay that the concept of like I meet you
Hmm.
and we have and then we go like we have a relationship
Hmm.
and then we have sex is so weird to me.
But not even with this situation for me. It's weird because it's like, oh, I have to meet you and I have to like fall in love, not fall, like I have to date you for a while, and then for your first experience of this beautiful, loving, like beginning of a relationship to be like, okay, now bend over and let me cut you open, and, like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
fist you.
Yeah,
Like,
now like let me leave teeth marks on you.
yeah,
And I'm like, and that's the thing. That's where I realized that I was such a complete switch.
yeah,
Because I was like, yeah, I can jive with that
mhm,
sometimes.
yeah.
Sometimes.
Being constantly top is like, and I get it. Like when it's
No,
actually
no, no,
having
no, no.
sex
Being constantly top,
is
sure. Being
fine,
constantly
but
bottom,
like
sure.
you have to give a
Being
blowjob here and there.
being a dom top, being like
Yeah.
a BDSM dom
Hmm.
is something so unimaginable to me.
Okay.
Like not unimaginable as I'm not that. It's
Hmm.
just like where's the ingenuity?
Yeah.
Where's the
Camaraderie. Like what?
won't you get bored?
Yeah.
Like
No, like
and
when won't the other person get bored? Because I'm like, you have to like have a point of like, okay, we both
you know.
come, you know,
No,
like, and it's like,
what's the where's the love?
where is love? Where's the love?
It must have been love, but it's over now. We had a great night of listening to like sad songs, but not fully sad.
No, just like 2010 music videos. Binge.
Yeah, of
She will be loved,
um,
and
"Hurt" by Christina Aguilera.
yeah,
Well, that's an actual.
yeah, that is sad. But it's like it was that vibe, and
It's
I
not
love when
like
we talk
it's
about.
not something where we resonated so much with it that we both cried. We're
Yeah.
just like, oh my god, she's losing a dad she loves.
Aw.
Oh, could never be me. Oh no, in my arms again. Anyway, um, so that was a fun night.
Mm.
Um, I just realized I'm not. It didn't make me realize that I'm non-monogamous. It just made me question my like sexual
Warped opinion of
warped opinion of.
the sex scene with gay men.
Yes, exactly. Because I'm just like somebody being like, let's let's wait until we date. I'm
Yeah.
like,
What?
"Hmm,
Okay.
work,
Work.
but
Then
somebody,
how's dating fucking conservative, Mister Mister No Sex Before Marriage? Okay.
Mister No Fisting,
Mister Fast don't care about your feelings over here. Okay.
no, but I'm like somebody saying like let's wait until we date, sure, but being like I'm into this stuff, and if you don't want that, that's a
Yeah, that man is on a whole new level that we can only hope to reach one day.
I can respect him
Yeah.
being like if you don't want this, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
But also being like, hey, okay, because sexual things aren't that important.
Yeah.
Let's say, like I'm into armpits,
Hmm.
and if my boyfriend goes like, I don't want you sniffing my armpits, I'm like, okay, I can jack off
Yeah.
thinking about that.
Yeah.
Like I don't need you
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
but then like that's the thing, and that's where the extremists come in. That's
Mhm.
what people don't like foot fetishists.
Okay. When
Be-
it's like, I just want this.
I need it.
Yeah.
I need it. And I'm like, sometimes,
Sometimes I just want to cuddle.
sometimes,
Just
no. And
can I
then,
just put on my socks and you would just like lay here. Wouldn't that be nice?
wouldn't that be nice? And then he goes like, oh, how old are the socks? That's the thing with these
It's
fetishes.
like we can cuddle, but we have to. Did you ever like when it's a small bed and it's like you lay opposite sides? So it's like your head is on one side, your head is on the other. Like you can cuddle.
Like sardines.
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's a thing of like, why is this part of you that shouldn't be sex? Of course, sex in itself is an integral to the relationship if you're both like sexually active people.
Mhm.
But being so like this thing about my sex is so important to me
Mhm.
that we will not continue this conversation
Yeah.
if you're not into that
Yeah.
fully. If you're not ready, if you are now not ready to commit, being my
Boyfriend.
subservient,
Yeah.
like exclusive
Yeah.
sub,
Yeah.
we cannot talk about a relationship. That weirded me
Yeah.
out. That I was just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. You don't see that combination. Like BDSM and monogamy together a lot.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's the only thing
And I
puzzling.
explained it to you. Kind of BDSM makes you think of like going into the underbelly and seeing a
Yeah,
man
going to like
once, and like carving your name in his thigh and never seeing him again.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and that's the hotness of it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's this man out there with a wife, and she asks, why do you have fucking Jeremy tattooed into like, why do you have Jeremy etched into your like?" And he
Into
was
your
like,
inner
"Oh,
thigh. It was my
into
grandfather's name.
it was my grandfather's name, and they did it to him during the war, so I did it out of like."
Out of respect. And how dare you ask me about that? You're so insensitive. Oh,
Now lick the wound.
oh God.
No, it was a real and respect to him. He
Yeah,
was
I love it.
he
Good
was
on
like
you.
he was like if because I was like, I do this, and he was
Mhm.
like
Can you
he
marry me though?
he was instantly like, if this is not something you fully want, this is not something we will have. And I'm like,
Oh.
you know what? For an 18-year-old, you really do know.
So intelligence. Good on you. You know what
Yeah.
you want and what you're
But
here
it's
for.
weird because he's such a boring person
Mm.
outside of that.
Oh hey.
No, because that makes me think like, is for you, is the relationship just sex?
That's the thing. I
Where's
don't
the
think so, because then it would be he wouldn't want a monogamy thing.
no, no, no,
Maybe
but
it's just like
no,
I
no,
want
no.
to
But
do this,
he
but I
said,
want to be
I
comfortable doing
want you
this.
to." He also said the words because we went through some sexting later. I, I was a bit horny, so I was like, okay, but now you gotta make me finish
Yes, you
because like
started
you already started.
yeah.
Let's not.
The stones are rolling.
I told you what turns me on. You send me
Mhm.
those pictures.
Mhm.
You cannot now leave me dry, and
Yeah.
not being like, you have to, being
Yeah.
like, yeah, at
That's
least be
manipulation,
at
babes.
least be a man.
Yeah.
Um. So, but he was like, I love knowing that you're mine, and I'm like, oh, is that it?
Oh,
Is
okay.
that
I
it?
get
Is
that.
that
I
it?
get that. I get that.
Is that it?
Like I don't want anybody like I need you to be
You are
obsessed with
you
me.
are mine,
Yeah.
and I'm
Okay.
like, mine's a one of the rare Taylor Swift songs I like. And no, it's this weird because like then when we were talking about that, I was just like, it feels like everything around your relationship is centered about
Mhm.
that, and that's just something that I'm not familiar with,
Yeah.
and it's confusing and it's wild and it's
Mhm.
crazy, and you're 18 and you look very straight.
Yeah.
He's bi, like,
Yeah.
and
He would be.
he had like a boyfriend and a girlfriend, not at the same time.
Yeah.
He had both partners, and
Yeah.
they were subservient to him. Who
What a
knows,
life,
mama?
you know?
For an
18.
18-year-old guy
Is
from
he wears
Mustad,
must? Wow! I fully thought it was like somewhere in the midst of San Francisco. This man, freaking
he's in buttfuck nowhere, Nevada,
Nevada but fucking over Nevada. Okay.
and he already had a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and they were like, pissed on me, master.
See, I just wow. Good on him. Honestly, at this point,
Good on him. And he is a sportist. He is a respected pillar of the community.
that's great.
It's wild,
Yeah,
sis.
it's wild. What else happened to me?
No, because
Nothing.
I'm used to my first contacts with like other things being, let's just try this out sexually.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'm into cock and ball torture.
Yeah.
There was a guy in Sarajevo who was like, hey, I'm into cock and ball, like you
You're
hitting my
fine doing it. I'm not letting you.
absolute,
You know.
mama. That's
I'm like, don't get near my don't you?
no, and then we fully made plans,
No.
and then I was like, I came to the place, and then he blocked me.
See, that's
Asshole.
just pussy.
That's
Pussy
pussy, and
behavior.
it's weird because it's like you're into something so extreme, and then you won't show up when
Yeah.
somebody finally agrees to it.
I'm just gets to it. nervous. You know how
Yeah.
it goes.
But
I
it's
don't get
no,
standing up people though, because it's such a stupid. Like, at least tell me an hour before, like, hey, my grandma died, I can't do this, and then block me. Don't make me work. Like, get all the way over there,
yeah.
get ready, shave
No,
my
no.
butthole,
Yeah.
and
Oh no, never.
yeah,
Personally, I um don't really like tell me, hey, I can't do this.
yeah,
I had many and I can't do this. And I
hmm
was like, I love you.
yeah.
Uh,
That's great.
That's I understand that you can't do this.
Yeah.
And I go like, it's okay. I understand if you want to get off this app.
hmm
Um, I'm ready for whatever you want. And
Yeah.
but no, that's the thing. It was like, hey, come here,
hmm
try this out,
Yeah.
see if you like it.
And then boom.
But being like, hey, there's no like, you're not giving me a demo.
Yeah.
You're being like, buy this video game.
Yeah.
You can't try it out.
Yeah.
You
Buy it.
can't see if it's your thing.
hmm
Just buy it.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's crazy. Huh.
What was your week like?
That was my week. And I worked this Sunday, which just meant like I felt like I worked for a year straight without sleep.
Hmm.
And I'm really getting weak.
No sleep.
Club,
Club.
another club.
Another club.
Um,
Airplane.
airplane.
No sleep.
So worked that, had had a fight with my boyfriend. That was fun.
Oh, I didn't know about
I
that.
know about that.
I did.
Me too. It's-
It was wild. This week was wild, and it was just emotionally taxing. Not being like I'm emotionally tired because like so many things. I'm just like a lot of little things happen, and I just need a 45-day nap.
Yeah. I'm going on vacation in about a week and a half, and that's like I'm just waiting for that to pass so I can just like breathe for a second. Um,
Call me, call me that girl who's singing "Bleeding Love," but I will keep breathing.
yeah, calling it.
Call me Ariana Grande, cause just keep
Keep
breathing
breathing.
and breathing. Well, next week I'll just work for 3 days, and then my friend from Austria is coming to visit, and
Mm,
we will probably go to beach for 1 day.
mm,
I'll tell you if we go.
mm.
We won't spend that much. I'll be there to be like, someone stop.
But it's not even like
What did you spend your money on last time that you went to?
it was literally like you have to like okay, they have a fucking shower there. You have to put in 50 like cents to go in. It's like and it lasts for 30 seconds, so you have to like keep putting more money in. It's
Why
like
would I shut up?
you have to pay for a bathroom. You have to in a bunch of little shit and like you buy an ice cream code and you're like, well, I'm out of money now.
Yeah.
Like I didn't buy anything. I went
Well, we can go
for
somewhere
lunch and
that's
like
not that touristy. You know?
yeah, but it's Croatia. Now they've gotten so fucking prissy about everything, and it pisses me off because now they're milking money from tourists who come from all around the world because Croatia is like, now becoming like the it spot. And then
All
gay
because of
people,
Game of Thrones.
sure, and not gay people come here, and it's still Croatia, so they get fucking hate crimed. And I'm like, I told you, guys, I've told you this one Asian American man do not come here.
So all of you should know.
Yes, and it's so fucking, it's pissing me off because they're all on their fucking high horses now because they're in the European Union. And it's like, okay,
You're not that different from us, baby.
that's the thing.
You
You've
you
always been
you are still backwards about your, and I'm not being like we're better than you. No, you still have homophobia and
yeah,
probably some racism that is very present
yeah,
by us.
yeah.
And then like
You're
ima-
charging up everything. You're being so prissy. You're being so big on shit. People now getting like fucking tickets because they're drinking next to the beach. And I'm like, that has always been a thing there. And now you want to change it for, and it's like, what are you offering to me who's like I've been to Croatia 40 billion
yeah,
times every time I go on vacation and ever I've been to Croatia and I'm like I don't want to go anymore because now it's like gentrification. That's what it is.
it's
It's
gentrification, mama.
gentrification and I
Mama,
don't
it's
like it anymore.
gentrification.
So yeah.
But maybe not all places. Maybe not.
Maybe not. It's not all men. Um
No, I just really miss the sea.
I know. Yeah.
So, um, I feel like Hvar will never become. I mean, some places in Hvar, sure, but like Hvar is. There's not a beach in Hvar that's not a half nudist beach,
I love that. Just
but
people
not like a
topless.
half of the nudist.
Yeah, it's like people just topless.
Yeah, if you want to take your clothes off, you can.
Yeah,
It's
enough
funny
love.
because like official nudist beaches, it is permit like you have to
You
take
have
off
to
your
be naked.
clothes.
Yeah, which I don't get. Well, no,
Um,
I do get it.
yeah,
I do. I
you don't
do.
want some guy there
Just
fully clothed being like,
yeah,
the
gooning.
beach.
But it's like if you're
Yeah,
a
but
creep like that, you will take your clothes off and not care.
yeah,
You
no,
know?
but there are like sexual nudist beaches in America
Yeah,
where it's like if you wanna like they're cruising nudist beaches.
yeah,
Let's not talk about that. I will get to it.
yeah.
I've been just listening to like a lot of music, a
Hmm.
lot of. I really like. It's a quarter after one. I'm a little drunk and I need you now.
I've been getting into chaperone a lot lately.
I love Chaperone. I loved. I'm so angry at Amra because one time I showed her that TikTok of like the producer of what's her face, Olivia Rodrigo is also producing this girl and she's fun,
Yeah,
theatrical. And then Emma was like ew, Olivia Rodrigo. I don't care.
yeah,
And now like look who's popular.
yeah. And look who reached
I'm
her.
not gonna say that I found Chaperone because like it's fun. Like what one of my work friends was singing Red Wine Supernova, and somebody asked him who that was, and he was like, "Oh, it's this up and coming artist," and I'm like, "Up and
Up and
coming
coming.
in
But
the top
babe, she's
100,
been there.
in the top 100
She came, she saw, and she conquered.
she
What do you mean up and coming?
produced by the same guy who produces Olivia Rodrigo. The cards weren't really stacked against her when
Yeah.
it comes to like startup. I love her, but being like
No, but she's
it.
been doing this for 10 years and only now she's like
I
popping
know,
off.
but I'm saying like if you like 2 years ago you could have been able to say up and coming.
Yeah,
Now you're being like, I'm listening to this artist you probably never heard of. They're
yeah,
called Arctic Monkeys.
yeah. Ugh,
Especially if we're queer. Like, come on.
come on now.
Up and coming.
Where?
Jesus. No, it's because he's into K-pop, so it's like, oh, you don't know what the music industry is,
Yeah.
and you don't know what good music is either.
Mm.
You don't know what not produced music is.
Yeah. No,
Anyways,
I love her lately. I know I'm getting into music a lot because there was a point where I just didn't listen to music
okay.
at all, and now I'm like, okay,
I'm into.
let's jive a bit.
I'm recently into. I'm a pop diva, and I'm doing a sad song.
Hmm.
I'm If I were a girl, Christina Aguilera hurt.
Yeah.
Britney Spears every time. That's my favorite.
Hmm.
The less like
The less the lyrics make sense, the
the
more I
less the
love it.
lyrics make sense, the more formulaic it is, the better.
Yeah.
Every damn it, it sounds like Too Late Apologize. It
Yeah.
sounds like every single sad song ever, and I'm like, I love it. I
Yeah.
love it so much. But no, Hurt is really good.
It is. Thank you.
Um,
Sorry.
I'm just listening to so much music lately, and it's
Um.
you know what music we love?
Hmm?
We love Madonna, specifically Like
Specifically.
a Prayer.
Yes. Now what else? Had like a
Okay,
prayer.
let me tell you my feeling about Deadpool
Okay.
in general. I am not I am not always in the mood for Ryan Reynolds humor, which is all that Deadpool is.
Yes.
Let's be completely
Yes.
serious. Deadpool is perfectly cast. Ryan has perfectly cast Ryan Reynolds
Yeah.
because Ryan Reynolds was always Deadpool humor,
Yeah.
and I'm just not always in the mood for Ryan Reynolds humor, so I never seen the first Deadpools. And I'm like, if I want a fourth breaking, I mean, now I hate that DC is doing it a bit like making Harley Quinn line to Deadpool and be like
Mhm.
fourth wall breaks and shit like
Yeah.
that. But I'm like, I'll read some Harley Quinn stuff. And then I was in the movie theater watching. I forgot what I was watching, and it was the trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine. And I was like, I'm not really a huge Deadpool guy. I'm not against him. I'm like,
Yeah.
from Marvel stuff, he's one of the best. And I love X-Men. Because
Yeah.
they're a gay metaphor. They were made during the AIDS epidemic.
Woo.
Woo! Yeah. So I'm like, I love X-Men. I'm not a full like I'm not gonna say that Marvel is without its merits, but I will say like current Marvel and especially what everybody loves about Marvel is not nothing. Is it
Okay.
doesn't have any merit to superhero
Yeah.
media in general. Because it's just like I'm a superhero
Then I do stuff.
and I save the day
Woo!
because I'm a superhero.
I don't know. I'm not the one to
I
comment.
I know that you're not the one to comment. I'm just saying like with DC movies suck because they tried to be Marvel for a second. I will not be like DC is better because no DC movies suck because they try to have like a shared universe with Marvel and they try to make Batman like there's a scene in like in one of the Justice Leagues where he goes like, "Dude, what's your superpower?" And Bruce Wayne goes like, "I'm very rich," and I'm like, "You're not that."
Yeah.
Anyways, so I have a deep,
Very fast.
I have a deep, profound love for superheroes, and then if if a superhero is done silly, I'm like, great. I love a good silly superhero.
Yeah.
Plastic Man is one of the is an indestructible superhero from these
Yeah.
universe. Usually, the funniest ones are like you can't touch them.
Plastic.
Plastic Man.
Wouldn't you
His
be able
whole
to melt him?
no,
But
he's not like actually
plastic.
made of fire. He's called Plastic Man because he can like bend and
Oh, yeah.
he's like Mrs. Incredible from The
Okay.
Incredibles. So it's very like you can't touch him, and he's just like one time they were I think doing a crossover with somebody, and Plastic Man went like and it's funny because he stretches his neck and he says like sounds like somebody who has familiar trauma and trying to overcompensate with him turns to Batman. Doesn't that sound interesting?
Yeah.
And then Deadpool comes in, and I'm like, I probably won't watch it because like I don't know if I'll be in the mood for a Ryan
Yeah.
Reynolds movie.
Yeah.
And then they go like, "Life is a mystery," and I was like, "Oh my god,
We must.
we must." Because I also, like I mentioned, I love the X-Men and Wolverine is in it. So I this week go like, Selma, let's take a Xanax
Let's
and
just
go watch Deadpool and Wolverine.
yeah.
We had the time of our lives,
It
Selma.
was really fun, and I am the first to say I have never been like uh
See, you're a normie who doesn't normie, quote unquote.
yeah.
You don't love superheroes. You don't love superhero
Yeah.
media. You will see something that I show you, but you will not be like, "Oh my god, let's see the new Batman."
Yeah,
Y-
that's the thing. I'm like, if it has my vibe of like, oh, it's funny, I'll watch it. I don't care that like,
Yeah,
I'm not being like, fuck superhero movies. I've never been into it, so why should I watch this one?
yeah.
It's very like, if it's my vibe, it's my vibe, no matter what it is. So I love this movie a lot. It was really funny. I was cackling. I was throwing up the whole
It's
time.
a lot of referential stuff, and let's mention one thing first and foremost.
Mm.
So we bought like a big thing of popcorn, and we were both like, "When are we gonna buy two big things of
I
popcorn?"
was like, I thought you said two. I was like, no. And I was like, should we? Anyway, so we walk into the theater being like, and we both are like,
And then I go buy more popcorn, and there's two Arab people in front of us, a hijabi woman and her husband,
hmm
and they're being like, and they're talking to the person in front of me, and me and the theater lady are sick of Steve.
hmm
So I come and she goes like, they don't have a taxi
hmm
for now, so they decided to watch Deadpool and Wolverine. I don't think it's gonna be for them.
it sure wasn't. It was
And
not.
it was they walked in, and I just there's a scene where he goes like, "Yeah, wait for half an hour, I'll go." There's a scene where he goes like, "I'm not new to pegging, but Disney is," and I'm like,
Yeah,
I love imagining that, like poor Muslim lady being like, "What's pegging?
pegging. What's time's out about?
What's pegging?"
No, it was, and it was. I liked it because we are the obnoxious people at the movie theater. I will.
We will if we watch a serious movie, we'll be.
Yeah, very.
Let's be like
Like the whole like, oh, it's a comedy movie, and then everyone should be silent. Why?
no, it was me. So the movie starts, and he
Who am
goes
I
like,
interrupting here? Like, what kind of profound?
Yeah.
moment are you having that my cackling is bothering
Yeah,
you? Like,
why
leave
is
me
me
alone.
laughing giving you less of an experience in
Yeah,
this comedy movie? Because like when it's serious, we're not being like, oh, it's being
yeah,
get to the comedy. We're like very silently between
yeah.
ourselves. But no, I feel like the people knew what they were in for the second the movie started because it was Ryan Reynolds going. I mean, Deadpool going like, you see, we wouldn't know if we would come here. Disney was buying out Fox. There was that annoying SGA strike, and, and then it's just like, um. So imagine you're in that theater and people are like, ha, and then in the corner it's like, oh my god.
That's funny. Like I was literally like my head tilted over the seat in front of me, going like dying laughing.
Dying laughing, holding our stomachs, and it was.
Face
Um,
slapping the whole way through.
what's your favorite part of the movie? Because if we're gonna talk about like the movie chronologically, I will have to talk about my favorite part instantly.
Okay. Um. Well, I love the fight scene when they played Madonna. That was like
I
it's
mean,
a given,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
obviously. My
We will
favorite
talk about
joke.
more of it later.
Um.
What's your favorite joke?
What was the one that when we
You
were
you
riding
you
back? It
you
was
really liked. I have this many bones in my body, and then two more if I watch Gilmore Girls.
girls. Yes. Oh god, it's so funny because it's like, oh, he's married to Blake Lively, like, and it was just him going like, I have 206 bones in my, and it's him about to fight someone, and like 206 bones in my body, 207 if I'm watching Gilmore Girls. Girls, that is so perfect.
And
And there's
then
another one where something happens, like, don't tell Blake. Like he's not. Love it.
him he exudes Wolverine's corpse being like he's not dead
Yeah, he's
because Logan is this profound movie about like Wolverine finding like they make another like a young like
hmm
girl Wolverine and then
okay.
he's like oh my god and it's his last movie and he dies
Yeah.
and then he fucking Deadpool exhumes his corpse
hmm
and then goes like oh for fuck's sake I was wrong you know
Yeah.
like he's
It's
actually dead
exhausting.
and then this is so I already wanted to watch it because I saw Madonna. I somebody was in the theater recording the opening, and it's the opening like fight scene showing like the names of everybody who
Mhm.
worked on it to and sings bye bye bye.
Yes.
It is so funny.
It's so funny.
We were laughing the whole time. We were he made a joke about like Madonna in A League of Their Own.
Yeah, and I missed that one.
Yeah, you missed that one. We have to watch the whole
I have to
movie
watch the
again
whole-
for that.
It was the right in the beginning, and I was talking to you, and you're like, "Oh, Madonna." I'm like, "What?"
John, what?
Ugh.
And it's like there was no need to do NSYNC bye bye bye. Baby, I'll walk him down.
Okay, let's
Let's we will be
come
back.
back. He pissed.
He pissed a lot.
Yeah.
The dog. We went to walk the dog. For those of you who don't know. So it's this great montage of him singing bye bye bye. And then the movie does take like a ballsy approach to be a little bit more slow.
Okay.
You know, it had that whole part of like him selling cars
Yeah.
and then his birthday and then it's like,
Yeah.
not really actiony or
Yeah.
anything and then it was a lot of Ryan Reynolds' butt shots.
Which is great.
And then
It's
we get
almost
in
like Ryan Murphy did
it's almost like Ryan Reynolds did
it.
it. It's then we get into the plot of the movie and I'm going to be honest the plot is not the
I don't fully get it. So it was a thing of him going to be like, "Hey, we're gonna
uh,
destroy this world right away. We can
yeah,
move
we're
you
gonna
to
destroy your
another."
universe because, and it's kind of a thing of like,
Yeah,
because Disney bought
Fox.
Fox,
Yeah,
and and he wants to be an Avenger, so
yeah,
his ex girlfriend will love him again,
yeah,
and it's like you're not an Avenger, you can't even be an X Man.
yeah,
And then they band them to this place of like where franchises go to die.
yeah.
That there's Johnny Quick from Fantastic Four, and it's all a bit nothing, but it's all.
Uh, no, the plot that didn't matter. I didn't give a
Yeah,
shit.
the plot didn't matter. That's what I say. I'm here. I can stand here and shit on the plot and being
Mhm.
like, That movie was amazing.
Yeah.
When people go like, "Oh, you shit on the No Way Home plot like it mattered." Yeah, yes, it mattered. Just because there was three Spider-Men in the end doesn't mean that I can excuse 2/3 of bad writing in the movie.
Okay.
I'm sorry, people. It's just I love seeing Andrew Garfield on screen as well. But
Much
Jesus,
as the next guy.
but
Come
Jesus
on.
Christ, tearing up the time space continuum just so you and your friends can go to this college that y'all want. You could have just wished for everybody to forget that. It's so idiotic. I
I don't
cannot
know.
believe that. I'm sorry, I'm just really
Just go on.
pissed. I cannot believe that adults wrote that movie and that adults to this day are still being like, that's, like a great point of contention. Like, and then Doctor Strange, the like biggest genius
Yeah.
in the universe, being like, this should work. Yeah,
That's fine.
here's a time space continuum changing
Yeah.
thing.
I don't know.
Anyways, um, so the plot didn't really matter, but it's like
It's funny. It's there to be
it's
funny. It's done very well with that in that
yeah, it's
aspect,
not.
and I like it.
And my favorite, like one of my favorite jokes was when they were like, "Go get your suit," and then he was like, "Beardo," because there's like the guy who makes their suits
Mm-hmm.
has like a really glorious mustache. He's like, "Beardo, suit me up," and then the montage is like zipping, and then butt slap, butt
Butt
slap,
slap.
butt
Yeah, butt
slap,
slap.
butt slap, and he goes like, "Who? The guy who makes your costume is a real." What word did he use? He's like real. He loves like he's a real sexual assaulter. Like
Yeah.
he's a real predator.
He's a real predator.
He's a
Yeah.
real predator. I don't mind though. I'm just saying so you guys should know. And then there was one dude who's working. It's kind of like a desk job, and he's looking at him like, and like he gets it.
He gets it.
Who are you calling? Your wife to say that it's over? I'm calling HR. Fair enough.
Yeah. Uh,
And then it's the whole thing. The reason that Deadpool's universe is dying is because of Wolverine for some reason, and then he wants to find another Wolverine to, and then he finally finds the Wolverine that's in his like original yellow like
yeah.
Wolverine outfit and shit like that, and he's the worst.
He's the worst. He like fucked up everything for
Yeah,
everyone, and
yeah,
everyone
he
hates
just
him.
is not a good Wolverine and shit
And,
like that, and it's okay. There's like 20 minutes where we're like we really just don't care,
mm-hmm.
and then they find. I feel like this is where. I mean, there was a part where they throw Deadpool into like a portal, and it's like, and I don't want the
The world
world to
to
see
see
me,
me.
and we're like, oh my god, and then it was like a lot of plot,
Yeah.
plot,
Plot.
plot, and then they find a car that before, well, Deadpool said like, oh, this car fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Honda Odyssey. It's a
It's
Honda
on the
Odyssey
Odyssey.
because he was selling used cars before, and the parents were like, "So what's the difference between this car and a Honda Odyssey?" Oh, the difference is that this car doesn't fucking suck.
Suck. Yeah.
And
God,
then
it's really funny.
and then he was like, "A Honda fucking Odyssey." And then they start driving, and it's Avril Lavigne's
I'm
"I'm
with
With You,"
you.
my
Oh,
favorite Avril Lavigne song.
yeah.
We were belting.
Belting. Orchestra. Like, and I like that we weren't the only ones cackling though, because there were people like on the other side
Yeah, there
also
were.
being like,
Yeah, there's two
"Wow."
guys also like ah,
Yeah.
and but that just like Avril fucking Lavigne, and oh my god, another great joke is like, so are you gonna explain what happened to me, or is this gonna be like a great third act flashback?
Yeah.
It's a lot of fourth wall breaking.
Mm.
It's great. But when he said like, "Hey, I'm used to pegging, but Disney isn't," and then stares in the camera and like
Yeah, like
winks. It's really funny. It's
the thing I don't remember much of the jokes, and I know that like most of it was really really funny.
yeah,
But
most of it was. No, I'm trying to remember most of it because I feel like you were out of it a little bit, and
yeah,
I remembered because I was like, "See,
writing
Selma, the
down.
reason this is funny is because there's a reference to this." And
Yeah.
oh my God, Jennifer Gardner was in this movie.
Oh, Jennifer,
Jennifer Gardner,
Jenny.
she was in this horrendous like Electra movie
Yeah,
from way back when, and it's just
just
nothing. And she
brilliant.
walks in, and I want to walk up to all of these people and me being like, I know that y'all think y'all Marvel fans, but I know more about it than you, and I fucking hate Marvel. So rethink your life choices and what you are into.
All right.
Enjoy the movie.
You guys, anything?
No, because I I have this thought that people are like, "Oh, you just don't know about it," and I'm
Yeah.
like, "No, I know about it.
Yeah.
I really do know about it. I just don't like it."
Yeah.
Which makes me question, like, if you know less about it and you like it.
Well, maybe it's just people liking it for the shits and giggles.
But that's the thing, Marvel hasn't been shits and giggles for so long.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I feel like it's the memory of something good.
Yeah.
It's like how many of us will watch the new like Harry Potter TV show when it comes out,
Yeah.
when it's like just for Harry Potter's
Yeah.
sake. You know, it's
I don't know. I had a great time.
I
I
had a
loved
great
it.
no, I love the movie. It's just I have a lot there's a lot of Marvel politics within me. There's
Yes.
a lot of like I bought my friend a Marvel mug and she was like, this means a lot coming from a Marvel hater, and I'm like, thank you.
I gave
Thank
money
you.
to them.
Also, people saying like that this Spider-Man is the best version of the Spider-Man, like Tom Holland's one. And
Mhm.
I don't like Tom Holland for the sake of like, I'm being cute and I'm spoilery. It's like such an obvious fib. But I Spider-Man is not a person who would idolize a multi-billionaire
Mm.
and you making him be like, "Oh my God, Mr. Stark."
Yeah.
Mama, if I know more about your character than you do,
Why are we here?
why are we here? Anyways,
Doing?
Deadpool versus Wolverine. That's what I mean. I went into this. You going into this movie, it's like, oh, you're just a girlfriend being dragged along, and you're gonna have
Yeah.
a fun time. Me going into this movie is like an I am. There's two wolves inside me. There's like I have to. I feel like I have to explain to everybody. Like, listen, I need you to know that I do not like Marvel,
Yeah.
and I can talk about it for 4 hours. I respect Wolverine.
Yeah.
I respect Wolverine. I respect like and I respect X-Men way more so. So
I like to watch that full, like the first.
I will watch the first two
Yeah.
too. Like I told you, I just it's just I didn't watch them until yet because I was like not never really in a Ryan Reynolds comedy,
Yeah.
and it's really Ryan Reynolds
Um,
comedy. It's you know
I love Ryan Reynolds though. He's a very like he just seems like a goofball.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Like I would
great.
love to just hang with him.
Yeah, he's great. Oh what's another favorite part of your movie? Dog pool. That ugly ass
Yes. Oh
dog.
my god, I love that dog. Fuck it. And that's it's just okay. So there are two Deadpools, and they're coming together. Like
I mean,
they're
there's
taking.
billions of
Well, there's
Deadpools
billions,
in the
but like
movie
in
by the
this
end.
scene, it's like the two of them, and so it's this really like good looking like D guy, right? Like Deadpool kind.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
first Dogpool walks in.
Yeah, Deadpool runs in and he's like, "Oh my god, I love you so
And
much. You
it's
are my
the
favorite thing."
ugliest
It's the
dog.
ugliest, like one of those that like the tongue's hanging out, and
It's
it's so like
small, the tongue's hanging
the
out.
bug eyes and
A
shit.
lot of the hair isn't on him. He just has like a little
Yeah,
mohawk and he's like big eyes
it's so ugly, but I love him to death.
and then whenever they cut to Deadpool holding Dogpool, he's like licking his whole
Oh,
body.
but I just been being like, oh my god, I love you. I love you more. I love you more. So it's this Deadpool coming out being like, oh, it's my dog. Thank you for catching me. He's like, no, let's run. And then they turn around and it's just like a cornfield. And then he looks at the dog and he's like, I'm sorry, the corn is too thick. And he gives it back. Then later on, he
If anything were to happen to you, I
yeah,
will take care of Dogpool. And then there's a scene where there's like a billion different like Deadpool variants, and they're gonna attack them. So he uses that Deadpool as a human shield, and then Wolverine being like, "You did that on purpose," and he's like, "No, I didn't."
No, I didn't. And then it's him going like, no, 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 we can help you. There's that ice cream truck. They must have a first aid kit. And then the guy and Wolverine's like, no, they don't. He's like, no, 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 let's go. And he's standing there as they're shooting at him, and he's the only one who that doesn't regenerate for some reason. I don't know. So he's standing there shooting at him. He's like, no, we can fix this. We can fix this. We can fix this. And then his head blows off, and he's like, oh well.
And then cut to Wolverine holding up the dog, and all of the Deadpools are like, "Oh my God, dog! No,
Dog.
nobody shoot!
Nobody shoot.
Nobody shoot!" And then Wolverine just passes by
Yeah.
to Deadpool on the ground trying to resuscitate a man with no head.
No head. Oh, and he's pressing on him, doing like CPR, and the
he's
blood
act-
is squirting
and he's
out
acting
of
so
him.
well. He's like, "Oh God damn it! Like,
Yeah,
why can't I do this?" Like,
yeah.
oh my God, it's the. I mean, there was a big point of going to this movie is just hearing the soundtrack
Yeah.
on the big screen.
There isn't one song that I didn't know and that I didn't belt that I did like
Yeah.
enjoy thoroughly.
Um, it was. I had, like I told you, I had. I mean, I have the plot problem with the movie,
Mm-hmm.
but like it's so unimportant. I had
Yeah.
two thematic like fight things, just
Mm-hmm.
like enjoyable problems with the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, they don't have enough iris,
Yeah.
and they like could have done more with like like they could have made a longer montage.
Yeah.
So they use like a prayer for the big Deadpool fight in the end,
Mhm.
and then they have to sacrifice themselves to like save the universe and shit like that. And it's Deadpool, so they have to grab these two things
Yeah.
at either end of the sides. And then it's Deadpool grabbing one side, being like, I'm doing this heroic sacrifice, and
Yeah.
he can't grab the other one. And
Yeah.
then it's Wolverine takes his hand
Yeah.
to save him, and then his shirt rips off to expose his like beautiful chiseled chest.
Chest. Oh
And
my
then
god.
choir singing,
Yeah.
and we're like, oh my god, choir singing, how funny!
Yeah.
And then it's like, life is a
It's so perfect. And it's at the end of the movie, they Deadpool goes like, "Yeah, and we all had fun listening to Madonna together."
I think I was like, yeah, and we sacrifice ourselves to
To
Madonna.
Madonna. Yeah.
And it was the bad guy basically was like, guys, who cares about this universe? Let's kill it
Yeah.
anyways. And then they go to save it, and he
Mhm.
goes like, my friends went in there to save them, and they're dead. And then Deadpool goes like, no, we're not. And it's like, and I don't want the world to see me. And I was like,
That part.
that part. There we go.
Also, when I first saw Wolverine without a shirt on, with just his specs out, oiled up, what did I tell you?
What did you tell me?
I want to dry hump his arm. And I meant it, and I do to this day.
For I wouldn't want to drive up his arm because I wouldn't have. There is an emotion that I would do that wouldn't be dry. You know what I mean? And it's, yeah, but you know what I would change? I would like he would rip like his shirt would be ripped off. I would be like, let the choir sing. And then, but no, it's the use of music is so good and it's so like
Perfect. It's perfect. It really is. No, the thing is, I didn't have one part of me that gave a fuck about the plot in any way, shape, or form. I didn't even follow it, to be completely
no,
frank
I'm
with you.
just using. I'm really like the whole movie.
It's just like a stand-up comedy thing. Like
Where
I can't explain it to you. It
where
was just like
Deadpool
joke
goes
after
like
joke.
"fuck Marvel" and I go like, no, he goes like Marvel's so stupid, and I go like preach.
Preach.
But I wasn't there being like, well, Marvel is.
Yeah.
Now I'm using my opportunity because we're talking about a Marvel movie to shit on Marvel.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole movie, I was just enjoying it the whole time, and it was. I mean, except like some of the plot parts where I was just so bored.
Yeah.
There's the whole part about like Deadpool not killing Johnny Storm. You know, he told Charles Xavier's twin sister
Mhm.
that d- uh, that Johnny Storm told that she's this, that she's horrendous, that and he did like a 20-minute monologue
Yeah.
of like, and I wish I could fucking kill
Kill
her.
her. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then she kills him, and then the post-credit scene is him going like, and to clear my name. And then it's a recording of him saying, like Johnny Storm saying the exact thing.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part. And you can quote me on this. And
This.
that book going like, oh yeah, I will.
It was also funny. They had like a. It was like the end of the movie and the credits are rolling and everything, and you're like, there's a post credit scene, so we sit down and we wait for it, and there is. They're doing like the whole thing, but it was cute. It wasn't funny. And
Yeah, it was like looking back at X-Men and
yeah,
like Fox, like
yeah, stuff like
Marvel
that.
history.
I was like, okay, fine. And then it goes black again, and then everybody's out except for us and like four teenagers who were up,
And an adult man,
and an
like
adult
short
man,
hair.
like a full grown fucking 40-year-old, like
And it's funny because we're all sitting there like, oh my god, there's gonna be a post-credit scene, and we're
yeah,
fun, and we're people who are fun. And
yeah.
he's like, post-credit scene.
I must see, I must evaluate. It's that, and then you're like, no, no, sit down. There's gonna be something else. I'm like, no, they were, and it's like, and it lasts for I shit you not, I think they've named every single human being on the planet. There were 7 billion names,
Yeah.
and I waited for that to end. And I'm sitting there like, there's not gonna be anything. The lights are completely on. Like everybody, the new movie is about to start. There's not. You're like, no, no.
The people are the movie theater people are like, go outside,
God,
please.
it's done. It's and I'm like, okay.
They're locked, bingo.
Yeah. And you're like, no, no. So we sit down, and then there's the like the scene where they go like, where they're shitting on like it's
Yeah.
really funny. I love it so.
It's the thing is, this movie cannot be spoiled for you because we will forget so many of the quips.
Yeah.
So there's so many jokes. There's like, you peed yourself while you were unconscious, and he goes like, I wasn't unconscious. What else? He was like, he comes to because they tied him to Wolverine,
Uh-huh.
and he was like, not all of you was limp. And the homoeroticism between the two of them.
I know.
God,
It's really there. Love it.
um, they have a fight to which song did I have? You're the one that I want from Greece
Mm-hmm.
in the Honda Odyssey.
Yeah.
Fucking, fucking Greece, you're the one that I want, and it's like I got chills. Two people in a car are fucking
Yeah.
killing each other, and they're both people with regenerative powers, so they like fully stab each other, and
Yeah,
it
and
means
it's
nothing.
nothing. Yeah. They just throw each other across, like they're breaking houses. It's like it's really.
When you call my name, it's like
let's go.
and him constantly turning to Wolverine, being like, "And now that Disney owns you, they're gonna be milking you till you're 90." And then at the end of the movie, they go like, "You actually are the best Wolverine." And then he just goes like, "What I would change about the movie is I would have like more logistical shitting on Marvel, like being
Yeah.
like, fuck you, Marvel fans,' because I'm
Yeah.
like, think." Um, a joke that we laughed at so much when Deadpool and Wolverine were finally about to fight,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes like, "Take out your special sock, nerd."
That was so funny. You got your special
And there was a family with like kids watching.
yeah, children, and, but that was all like all of it was just like pegging and like shit like it's not really kid friendly, but
Yeah.
you know it is though. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
they got your
Take out
special
your special
socks, nerd.
socks, nerds. Uh,
Hilarious.
and there's a lot of referential humor, and it's a lot of referential humor that you get.
Yeah. So it's not like you don't have to like know a lot to watch this
Yeah,
movie.
know a lot about comic books and shit like that. There was a Henry Cavill Wolverine, and he
Mm-hmm.
goes like, "I'm gonna treat you so much better than the people down the block," because Henry Cavill was supposed to be like the perfect Superman, and then they cast him in like the worst Superman
Yeah.
movies, and now he's not Superman,
Yeah.
and him just being like, "We're gonna treat you so much
It's
better,
better.
than the people down the block." I'm still playing it. What a movie! It really like when I tell you, sometimes we laugh and we're just like, "Oh, this is so dumb,"
Yeah.
and we're like laughing.
No, this is
We were
genuinely
bending over the front of like
Yeah.
the seats in front of us, just fucking dying, and a bit of it was the Xanax.
funny.
But it's even if we didn't take the
Yeah.
Xanax, it would be such a fun movie. And hey, Marvel can
Got
get
it.
things right.
Yeah, good on them.
Good on
Good
them.
on them.
Congratulations.
It
No,
was so
Marvel.
funny. My biggest quarrel with the popcorn was like, you eat a lot faster than me. So I was like, he's gonna eat all of it before. And I was like, we need two. And then I ended up finishing mine before you did.
Yeah. Um, I will. I share on Marvel a lot. I do want to watch WandaVision. It seems interesting
Mm-hmm.
because it's like every episode is a different like TV setting. So like the first
Okay.
one's in like black and white, and
Mhm.
and it's about grief.
Agree.
It's about grief, Mama.
It's
Mama, it's
funny.
about grief. But and and I'm also not being because Marvel fans are agreeing that this part of you. There was a joke of like everything after Endgame was great, and the other that was just being like, "What the fuck are you smoking?
Yeah.
This is not this."
No,
So like even Marvel fans are like, "This isn't good."
Yeah.
People still keep going. Like, don't give them money
Yeah.
for like not good stuff.
You have money for this.
You know, like at least I'm not a contrarian being like, well, actually, Marvel gets good after Endgame.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I don't have this emotional connection to Tony Stark. I don't. I like a Thor movie.
Mm-hmm.
Or the whole there was like a vision of Thor holding Deadpool and crying.
Yeah.
And then Deadpool goes like, "Why is Thor crying? Why is Thor
Thor
crying?" And
why
then
is
the
he
whole
crying?
movie he goes like, "I'm important." Thor cries. Thor hugs me.
Yeah.
Thor hugs me. Take out your special sock, nerds.
Oh god.
It's on. It's like on the outside of your nose. Jesus. It's still there.
God. Then it's been itchy and then
It's still there. Let the choir sing. What other song? Let me find like what song were there in and
I think we named most of them. Instinct, bye bye bye, like a prayer. I'm with you.
let me just Deadpool. All the songs you'll hear. Only you. Only you. Bye bye bye. This is how we do it.
Yeah.
But that one. So I mean, some of these that we didn't mention, they were in the background.
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Like Fresh, The Kid, I Know, Money Life, Angel of the Morning, Happy Birthday, traditional version.
Traditional version.
The Avengers theme, Glamoria's main titles, Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. There we go. The Power of Love. There was like a montage. Don't need money, don't need fame. I'm a rambling man. If this is it, Hell's Bells, You Belong to Me. The Lady in Red. I think you sang to the Lady in Red.
I did. I don't remember like
Okay,
the scene.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
The Greatest Show. I haven't heard it.
Yeah.
I really hope that there was a scene of like
Maybe it was
when
like use the background or something.
it'll be so fun because like when he's going through multiple universes trying to follow Wolverine.
Yeah.
He should have just been in one where it's The Greatest Showman.
Yeah. I just go. Yeah.
And they're like, no. Oh, he kept making jokes about Wolverine being Hugh Jackman being like a theater actor.
Yeah.
Don't you dare! He will sing the entire third act of
Till the-
Oklahoma. A Million Dreams by Hugh Jackman. You're the one that I want.
Mhm.
Bring them out. I'll be seeing you. Make me lose control like a prayer. You're all I need to get by, and good riddance. Okay, so like,
Yeah. We mentioned the important one.
if you if you're if you want to watch the movie, if you don't want to watch the movie, just go for the soundtrack.
Yeah. It's really fun. It's just fun.
It's
It's
a
a real
really
going
fun
to the movies
watch.
experience.
Yeah, no, just the joke at the beginning was, well, Fox bought Disney. There was that annoying
So
strike.
yeah. Also, like before the movie even began, they had like a thing of like, so
Turn
the
off your phone.
yeah phone is ringing, and then it's like, whose phone is it? And then they're looking at the camera, being like, turn off your phones, everybody, turn off your phones.
And then
You're in the
and then
movie too.
telling Wolverine like, good for wall break.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh god.
just a lot about like movie making and that. And there's like in the wastelands where they leave all the like shit to die. There's like 20th century Fox
Yeah.
being
It's just
crumpled
that.
on the
Oh,
floor.
it's so funny.
They're joined by Elektra and Blade, and they're making like a Blade movie for 5 years. Like it's in the works. It's
It's
in
in
the
the word.
works,
Yeah.
guys. And then he goes like, "When I see your next one," he's like, "That's never coming."
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. No.
So yeah, fun. No, I have to mention my annoying family friend who's we mention him
Yeah.
every episode at this point. Because like this is one of those rare popcorn movies that you can watch many times in cinemas, and it's not jokes that anyone can handle except that hijabi Muslim
Yeah.
that was in the theater. It's
Girl.
like they're doing adult jokes.
Yeah.
He's not being like Israel's right.
Yeah.
He's not being our favorite joke. He was like, "I'm so tired of the multiverse shit," which me too. I was tired from the multiverse from. So they did it in the Spider-Man did it in Bayonetta, and I was tired by Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Like at Bayonetta's point, I was just like, I'll let you pass because you're Bayonetta,
Uh-huh.
but I don't want more fucking multiverse shit.
Yeah.
Batman did I mean, DC did multiverse way before that, and Marvel always had multiverses in the comic books, and movies being like, "Whoa, this new thing," and I'm like, "Oh, boy." Anyways, he goes like, "The only time multiverses were cool was with the Wizard of Oz. The
Yeah.
gays know how to do it." And then
Yeah.
me and Selma applaud.
Applauding. Anne Hathaway like crying.
I'm applauding. So it was, and I can imagine somebody being like, "Why are they laughing? Like, why are they laughing at these?" And then they heard an applaud to gay, and they're like,
Yeah.
"We get it."
It's just the whole theater going, oh.
That's the six people.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, no, I want to watch it. Like, I can't wait for it to come out on streaming so I can watch it
Yeah.
more time. But I'm gonna watch first two Deadpool as well.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna play the video game. I haven't played that in a while. Yeah, I told you there's a scene where he goes to piss and he goes like, "Wait, I need a sensor bar," and then they give him like a little one, and he's like, "Oh, come on, guys!"
Yeah.
And the whole time it's Deadpool is a very easy character to write. Like, you have to find somebody charismatic to act him,
Yeah, but it's
because
just
to add the jokes, to
yeah.
add shit like that. But like write him, and he so like Deadpool's video game is about him wanting a video game.
Yeah.
This movie,
Yeah.
this movie is about him getting into
Yeah.
Disney.
Just going like,
So he mentioned Disney, and he goes like, "Well, put Pinocchio up my ass and have him telling me lies."
the lies ass up.
Um, he doesn't do this anymore. Like they were talking about Iron Man, and Deadpool does like what cameos, and he goes like recruitments. Oh, recruitments, right? Who's your mother of the week?
Who is my mother? I don't know.
I had a man that was like a
Mm.
mother of the week for me. Who was I thinking? No, because it was funny because like Deadpool and Wolverine, they're like men, and then I was like, I also have like
Yeah, guy.
another man here. Don't need money, don't need fame. I think it was some guy. I don't know. Let's go to my YouTube search.
Mm.
Because I feel like I have one dude who was like, yeah, that man is my not cozier.
You know what you could get me for my birthday? I mean, you and Emil together, or like you and Amela together, whatever, because it's expensive, but like I feel like you split it between two people, it's fine. I want roller skates.
Okay, we'll get
Just
you
get
rollerblade.
me that.
I don't know. I think I had a dude where I was like, that man is my man of the week for sure. Yeah, I forgot it, man.
I'm gonna pitch it to Amela and Alma too, because Alma asked me what I want, but I didn't want to tell her alone to be like, give me roller skate.
Yeah,
So
picture between the two of them. See
yeah, I
what they
just be
can
like,
do.
y'all split it and y'all give it to me.
I know. I'm just gonna say Kamala Harris.
Honestly, I wanted to.
Say, say Kamala Harris. She's more of a you thing than
It's
she.
more of a me thing. No, here's what I
Why do you
love.
think you just fell out of a coconut tree? Big Sister General.
No, the one thing that read me is like, um, propaganda really works on me, and
Uh,
I will never deny it.
to
You're
propaganda.
not immune to, and I will not like. At least I'm aware of it, and I'm not like, because like Trump is doing it, and they're falling for it, but none of them is like, hey, I'm falling for it.
Yeah.
And with Kamala, Miss Kamala, I'm so like, you are fun and you are smart, like you're a capable person, and you're not 400 years old. And that's all I really need at this point, you know? And I love her too, because she's doing like, she made her first TikTok, and her first TikTok was like, I hear that I'm on the For You page, so I made a TikTok. Like, that was it. Her first,
That's great. That's great.
and
Because
I
Hillary
love,
Clinton was like, I
I'm
don't know what Pokemon Go
goes,
is.
but Pokemon go to the pole. I mean, cut it. But I love, I love Kamala Harris, and I think she's a mama, and she's fun, and Gen Z loves her, and I love her because she's not trying to be anything she's not.
I have another person who I was gonna have as mother of the week
Hmm.
that I remember now when I went through my thread. Angelina Jolie.
Honestly,
Can we just? She's so. I mean, she's one time we're probably gonna talk about her fully, but her constantly being a human rights activist
Yeah.
and just
Because for a lot of people, it's showboating. For a lot of people, it's like, I have to say this because I'm going to get canceled if I don't. So they make a dumb statement about something and they're like,
yeah.
help the
The
people in Gaza. Here's
no,
a
no, no,
link.
not,
And that's
not
all
even
they do.
helping people in Gaza. The global situation that we are facing is affecting all of us, and we're
Mhm.
all very upset and
Yeah.
sad, and we just want it to end.
Yeah.
Mm,
And that's all.
yeah,
Well, Angelina Jolie was with it from the very beginning, and like from the beginning of her career, she's been doing it. She's been helping people, and she's been really
yeah.
on the move with that.
Love Angelina.
Want
Love,
her for president.
love Ange. Hi,
Love
Ange.
you. Hey,
Angie. So
Angie.
how long was this?
I don't know.
Let's
Long
check.
enough. I'm over it.
Yeah, 1 hour and 30
Okay,
minutes.
great.
Okay.
All right.
Let's have five, four, six, five.
Bye
Goodbye.
bye.
Stay mother. Six, eight,
Hey.
nine.